All right, I'm looking at another Murdle. I tried this game yesterday for the first time, and now that I know a little bit more about how it all works, I think it'll go a little smoother. But basically, this is a mystery that we have to solve, and we've got this grid over here that we can check things off and mark down. We've got our suspects and our weapons and our locations, and we're just trying to figure out who did it and where and with what weapon. Sort of like the game Clue or Cluedo, depending on where you live. But today's mystery is, but what about the stain from very expensive ink? So Detective Logico was awoken by a mysterious phone call. Inspector Iratino spoke in a whisper. Detective Logico, there's been a murder at a luxury high-end international rich people prison, and only you can solve it, because you put them away this week. When Detective Logico arrived at the luxury high-end international rich people prison, he discovered with horror that the victim of the murder was none other than Inspector Iratino himself. Okay? Detective Logico regretted all of the bad things he had ever said about him, and he promised himself that he would solve this case and avenge his rival, antagonist, and friend. And here are our suspects. All right. And okay, so I know yesterday I did yesterday's, and Deacon Verdigris was the killer. So these are probably the people from the rest of the week that I haven't been doing it until yesterday for the first time. So that's interesting. Now, okay, anyways, yeah, so these are probably the people from the week. And we can click on them and get information, but I'm going to wait because I feel like until we know that we're looking for hair color or eye color or something, you know, it doesn't do us too much good to look at those yet. But those are all the people. And here are our clues and evidence. So a luxurious ticking sound was found. Let's look at our weapons, by the way. So we've got weapons. A lawyer. A lawyer is a weapon? Okay. Okay. A lawyer is a weapon, apparently. A poisoned birthday cake. A pair of literal golden handcuffs. Okay. A gold watch. Okay. A shiv made from a Mont Blanc. Okay. And a bottle of Cabernet toilet wine. We had a bottle of wine yesterday, too. So, interesting that a lawyer is one of the weapons. Okay. Anyways, and then our locations are the private suite, the movie theater, the Michelin-starred cafeteria. Okay. Tennis court. All right, we had a tennis court yesterday. The spa, and the guard tower. Okay. Very cool. Okay, so now let's go back to our clues. So, a luxurious ticking sound was found wet. So the ticking sound would be from the gold watch. And it was found wet, which would be, wasn't there? The spa. The spa would be where it would be wet. So the watch was in the spa, okay? And then we can X the rest of the row and column, okay? And then we can check that off. All right, a stain from very expensive ink was discovered beneath the cushions of a velvet seat. Very expensive ink. Let's see, what did we have? Mont Blanc. The Mont Blanc? Yeah. Yep. So it's the shiv from the Mont Blanc, which is a type of pen, I believe. So a stain from that was discovered beneath the cushions of a velvet seat, which was probably at the private suite. I mean, it doesn't specifically say. Oh, no, movie theater. Movie theater. Velvet seats in the movie theater. Okay. There we go. So we can check the rest of these off. Very nice. Okay. And then in Aries had the bottle of Cabernet toilet wine. So we need to look at the people and figure out which one was Aries. So Sagittarius is Uncle Midnight. Cancer is Admiral Navy. Leo is the secretary. Oop. Cancer, Sister Lapis. Aries, the amazing Areolan, is an Aries. So the Aries had the bottle of wine. Okay. And that is, that's the only Aries. So we can go ahead and mark that. Very good. This fingerprint was found in the guard tower. Okay, fingerprint in the guard tower. Let's look at all of our fingerprints. And that one is the amazing Areolan, I believe. Looks like a match to me. So that was in the guard tower. That was on the guard tower is, I believe, this bottom one. Yep, let's make it a check, not an X. X out the rest of those. Very nice. Okay, a poisoned birthday cake was certainly not in the private suite. Okay, the birthday cake was not in the private suite. We can check that off. Very nice. Inspector Iratino sent Logico a message using spirit writing. Yep. Sister, what's her name? No, Sister Lapis. There we go. Sister Lapis had a pair of literal golden handcuffs. Okay, that one is there. Literal golden handcuffs are the middle one there. Let's just double check. Sister Lapis, golden handcuffs. Okay, good. There we go. Very nice. We can check that off. The second tallest suspect was seen hanging out next to a net. Second tallest. So he's 5'8", 5'9", 5'6". So far, Midnight is the second tallest, 5'8", 9, 5'6", 5'3". Okay, so that is the second tallest. Next to a net, which would probably be the tennis courts. I don't know where else you would have a net. Let's just double check though. The spa, no. Cafeteria, no. Movie theater, private suite, no. It's got to be the tennis courts, okay? Admiral Navy was seen hanging around wet. So Admiral Navy was wet in the spa, presumably. Let's go ahead and mark that. Deacon Verdigris had a medium weight weapon. And I know how to check for the weights of the weapons now. Medium weight, so the wine. But we know that the Deacon doesn't have the wine. So lightweight there. Medium weight could have the watch. Let's do a question mark there. That's a possibility. Medium weight for the handcuffs, but we already know who has those. Medium weight for the poisoned birthday cake. Okay, so those are possibilities. And then heavyweight for the lawyer. So that's the Deacon. So the Deacon does not have any of these. I'm just going to remove those two because basically we just ruled out everything that's not medium weight. A $5,000 bill for 20 minutes of work was found beside Inspector Iratino. A $5,000 bill for 20 minutes of work. That sounds like a lawyer. You're going to get an incredibly expensive bill. That sounds like the lawyer so whoever the lawyer is the killer, basically. We can say that. But we don't know who the lawyer is yet, not who the lawyer, but they used a lawyer. They used a lawyer. Okay. And is that all of our clues? I think that's all of our clues. So we've used everything. We just need to finish matching things up here, maybe? Okay, so we know the spa is the watch. And we know the spa is Admiral Navy, so we can match those up. Very nice. Which then means that the Deacon is the birthday cake. Very good. We also know that the movie theater is the Shiv. And but we don't know. And the movie theater, or the Shiv, cannot be. So the movie theater is the Shiv. The movie theater cannot be Uncle Midnight. Therefore, the Shiv cannot be Uncle Midnight, which means the Shiv is that one. That one. Now it's just a matter of matching everything up. So these two match up there. Very good. You can kind of work across this way. And so this one, but we don't know. Okay, but let's see, what do we got? We've got, so the private suite can only be Sister Lapis or the Deacon, which is the golden handcuffs or the cake. So that one can only be, and that one can't be the cake. Okay, so the Deacon has the cake, can't be the private suite, therefore, there we go, like that. Perfect. All right, and now we can say this one is right there. This one is there. And this is the, what's that one? The guard tower. And the tennis courts is the lawyer. So I think we've got our answer then. So we've got who is Uncle Midnight. Uncle Midnight with a lawyer on the tennis court, I believe is what we're saying. I don't know. I feel like I went pretty fast on this one, so it's possible that I made a mistake, but we're going to go for it and see if we're right. We're going to make our accusation. Uncle Midnight with a lawyer on the tennis court. Was he right? Hey, there we go. We got it. Very nice. Uncle Midnight protested his innocence, but he was nevertheless convicted. Again, Detective Logical watches they were transferred to a more secure wing of the prison, a slightly nicer wing. I'm not sure why, but anyways, Logical was not sure if this work was actually making any progress in the world, and he keenly felt the loss of his now dead rival. But when he got back to his office, there was Inspector Iratino sitting in his chair. How? It was a trick, Logico, and it proves the validity of the esoteric. You were able to solve the who, what, and where, yet you did not notice that I was not dead at all. Come now, let's go to the bar, and I shall buy you a drink. And so they did. Very nice. All right, very cool. And that concludes the but what about the stain from very expensive ink? Okay. I solved today's in 11 minutes and 33 seconds. Much faster than yesterday's because, you know, I knew how to do things. So I learned from my mistakes. Very nice. Well, cool. So let me know if you solved this one, how you did with it, what you thought of the story and everything. And if you were just solving along with me, what did you think? How did you think about how it went, how my solve was? And of course, let me know if you want to see more of these in the future, and be sure to subscribe for more.